Good morning. I thought today I would show you my morning routine. I just literally fling my sheets open. I keep a bottle of a mixture of water and essential oils right next to my bed. And as I'm getting out of bed, I just spray down my sheets. Getting out of bed is always a climb because my bed is elevated. I keep my slippers right on my step, so facing that way, so I just slip my feet in. I sometimes do a modified yoga just here in the van. So I just crawled under the bed and got my yoga mat out. When I'm just doing yoga in the van, I just do it in my pajamas. I save my nice yoga clothes for when I actually go to a yoga studio. I say modified yoga because I can't actually stand up in the van and put my hands all the way up. So, so when I'm doing standing poses, I can do this sort of thing. When I'm doing sitting poses, you can see that I've got some barriers to my side as well. But I am able to do some pretty decent yoga in here. Next, the yoga mat gets put away. It is really important in a space this small that you always put everything away as soon as you're done with it. The space is just too small to let everything get cluttered. Just like if I were in a house, my next step would be to get myself ready for the morning. I am boondocking right now, so one of the things that I am doing to save my gray tank is to just use the Instant Pot that I used last night just to collect the water. I also have a dish pan underneath my sink, but that takes some rearranging things, and I'm only here for 1 or 2 nights, so I'm just going to use the pan and clean it up before I need to use it again. I keep all of my toiletries in a toiletry bag from REI. Part of what I like is that I don't have to pack to go take a shower or anything. I just grab this whole bag. So I keep everything organized in this bag. These are all of my toiletries. So I'm going to start with brushing my teeth. That helps me get the warm water coming through my pipe without wasting water. I rinse with water from my bottle that's filtered through the Berkey. I don't use the tap water directly in my mouth. Washing my face and wetting down my hair, first I grab my towel and put it over the pillow that sits on my bench. And then I just wet my face with just a little bit of water. I know I have warm water in there. Today I don't always, but since I do, now that I've wet down my hair, the first thing to do is to comb it, or it's going to be really wild and crazy here. I'm sure you've noticed I have a terrible cowlick right at the crown of my head, so I always have kind of crazy hair anyway. But at least when it's all wet down, I can kind of get it to tame down a little bit. Doesn't look like it's going to happen today. And then just the rest of my 4-step skincare. That's the toner. This is the serum, which is probably the magic of why I don't actually look like I'm 53. And the moisturizer. I've been using this particular skincare routine since it came out from dōTERRA, what, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I don't remember. And you know, as you can probably tell, I'm not really a girly girl. So doing a 4-step skincare routine, you know it's got to be good. And then next is to wash down my armpits and crotch. Today happens to be the day to get a clean washcloth, but I don't do that every day. There are 4 corners to a washcloth, and so I use 1 corner every day. I almost forgot about deodorant. So this, I actually need to refill it, but this is what I use for deodorant. It's fractionated coconut oil and a few drops of some different deodorizing essential oils that help control body odor. Very effective, especially for those of us who don't shower every day. That is just about my whole morning routine. The only thing is to get dressed and then make my bed. So of course I won't show you how I get dressed, that's pretty obvious. I do wear the same thing until it's really dirty or really smelly. So I just keep my clothes at the end of my bed overnight. The camera angles are kind of tough in here because it's such a small space that I have a hard time getting the camera far enough from what I'm shooting to be able to show you what's going on. With the bed, what I do is I take the sheet and blanket, and I always use a wool blanket on my bed, no matter the season, because it just gives me so much more control over my temperature at night. So I pull that all the way up, I move my pillow off to the side, and then I have to just kind of keep moving my legs as I pull things up to make my bed. I keep this wool blanket at the head of my bed so that rain or dust doesn't get to my sheets that I use. Okay, and lastly, I put my pillows along the edges of my bed, which I wouldn't do at a house, but I keep them along here because the head of my bed is at my back door. And I don't want to have to think about pillows when I'm opening the garage. My bed is actually a big reason why I have the van. I hate hotel rooms. It was important to me that when I went out to explore that I had my bed with my organic mattress and my organic sheets and my lovely cuddle down pillow with me wherever I went. So it might seem like a lot of work. I know some folks just buy a piece of memory foam topper and put it on some plywood. And if that works for you, that's awesome. That does not work for me. So I have this whole van so that I can have my comfortable bed and my kitchen with me wherever I go. Next, I just pick up my, my step and stow it next to the bed. Another thing I do, of course, is use oils every day. I have every oil that dōTERRA carries. I've been with them for over 6.5 years. Every single morning, I put On Guard on the bottoms of my feet and under my tongue. And when I put an oil on the bottoms of my feet, I just turn my foot over and kind of like a seal, put it on. And then this one I drop under my tongue. This one, the On Guard, is for immunity, and man, there's a bad bug going around right now, so definitely don't want to forget this. This is a morning and night thing. And I hold it under my tongue, so that's not going to be a very good video, is it? And then the other thing is some frankincense. I put a little bit on this little guy to make sure that it doesn't turn into something worse, and then swipe it on the roof of my mouth. Frankincense is very good for cellular support. And then I have a blend that I've made up for bone spurs. I have a couple of bone spurs in my neck, so that goes there. And the one other one that I use morning and night is one that is for bladder support. This just helps me not have to get up in the middle of the night. So I just roll that just above my bladder. When I go to bed at night, I put my key, my phone, my watch, and my necklace, and my tissue if it doesn't need to be washed, right here, always. For me, it's super important to always keep my key in the same place. So once I'm dressed, this key always goes in my right front pocket. So to finish getting ready, I got my Celeste watch on, my necklace that I got at a Pride Festival in Corvallis. I charge my phone in the morning. Oh, I guess it's 10 minutes until I have to work. I have a phone call that I need to make at 9. So I charge my phone in the morning so that it's not overcharging. It's just better battery care. All right, well, that's how I get ready in the morning when I am not filming and I don't do the yoga. That takes me 10 or 15 minutes to get completely ready to, I would say go out the door, but get in the driver's seat. This is Joni with TheGalavan. Enjoy your journey.